Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Katarina. As you can see, we do have a different angle today because I will be decluttering my lip product collection. I usually like to do some decluttering in the end of the year. Usually it has just been one video where I show everything that I'm going to declutter, but this time I wanted to do a lip product declutter where I'm going to show you my collection and declutter as I go. So yeah, I'm excited to do this. I do store my lip products in this acrylic container, but the bottom drawer is for mini eyeshadow palettes and loose eyeshadows, so we're not going to go through that today. But on the upper drawer I do have my lip glosses and lip liners, and then on the top of this container I do have my lipsticks, both traditional bullet lipsticks and my liquid lipsticks. So as you can see, it's not like my lip product collection is out of control. It's not really that large. I do have 27 lip products in total, excluding lip liners. Eventually I would like to get this collection down to 20, but I don't think we are going to quite get there today. But in future I want to be even more careful when buying lip products. Okay, so the way I want to do this is that I will go through my lip products category by category, and I will first pull those lip products that I absolutely do want to keep, and after that I will pick those that I don't want to keep, that I know I will declutter, and then there will be left the ones that I'm kind of on the fence about, so those I will maybe need to think about harder. But yeah, that's the way we are going to do this. So let's start with my lip liners. Well, I do have here my only lip brush, so this one I'm going to keep. I really only use lip brush with some bolder bullet lipsticks. Here are the lip liners, and I will swatch these as I go. So this one I'm going to keep for sure. This is, I think, my newest lip liner. This is from Charlotte Tilbury. It's her lip cheat in the shade Iconic Nude, and this is like the most perfect brown nude lip liner. It's so gorgeous. It goes with almost any nude. I mean, if I do have a nude that has more like a rosy undertone to it, I do have lip liners that I would wear over this, but when the nude has more warmth to it or is just brown, this is perfect. And I like this because this has a little bit more depth to it, so it gives a little bit definition for my lips if I'm going for nude lipstick. So yeah, I'm absolutely going to keep this one. Then speaking of nudes that have more rosy undertone, I do have this one. This is from Gosh, and it's their Velvet Touch lip liner in the shade Nougat Crisp. I really do love this Gosh Velvet Touch lip liner formula. It applies creamy, but then it's smudge proof when it dries down. The Charlotte Tilbury lip cheat formula is similar, and also I do have a lip liner from BH Cosmetics, and that's also similar. So those are my three favorite formulas when it comes to lip liners. But yeah, this is more like a rosy nude color. Over here you can see the difference of these lip liners. The Charlotte Tilbury one is more brown, the Gosh one has a little bit more rosiness to it. I'm going to keep this. I do have a similar lip liner to that, and it is this one. This is from BH Cosmetics. It's their waterproof lip liner in the shade Earth. They are really close, and I don't use this one at the moment because I am working on the Gosh one. However, well, this is actually maybe a little bit lighter, but they are close. I'm going to keep this one because it's a color that I know I will get into eventually. And then I am going to keep this lip liner. So this is also from Gosh. It's their Velvet Touch lip liner in the shade Cardinal Red. So this is a lip liner that goes with both of my two red lipsticks. I do prefer a red that is not super bright, but has a little bit depth to them. And I only have two red lipsticks. Although I love red lipstick, I'm quite picky with them. So this goes with both of mine. So yes, I'm going to keep this. Yeah, I think those are the only ones that I'm going to keep for sure. So let's now pick the ones that I'm going to declutter. This one I'm going to declutter. This one I'm not going to swatch right now because it's unopened. But this is the Gauche Velvet Touch Lip Liner in the shade Nougat. And in tone, it is quite close to the Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude. This one is just a little bit lighter in color, and while it's kinda nice, works with nude lipsticks, it doesn't give that definition for my lips that I do like. Then this one I absolutely am going to declutter. This is the Gauche Velvet Touch Lip Liner in Angel Kiss. First of all, this is really old. It's from 2017 and look at the color. It's so pale. It's actually really close to my skin tone. It's so pale. I don't like to wear a lip color this pale. Even when talking about nude, I do prefer either the lipstick to be a little bit darker nude or then the lip liner make it a little bit darker. This one is just not my thing, so I'm going to declutter it. Then this one I'm going to declutter. This is the Gauche Velvet Touch Lip Liner in Pure Red. And this one is... no, it's actually Simply Red, I'm sorry. So this is a more bright red lip liner compared to the Cardinal Red one. You know, the issue is that I only have 2 red lipsticks. This would go with one of them. But with the another one, this wouldn't go because this is just too bright and too different. And then the Cardinal Red one that I have goes actually with both of my red lipsticks, so it doesn't make any sense for me to keep this. Okay, so now we are left with 2 that I'm not fully sure what to do with. So this one I have gotten from the Pipbox Advent Calendar a couple of years ago. This is from a brand called Beautiful, I think, and it's their lip liner in the shade, I'm not sure even what the shade name is. Well, anyways, this is kind of like a rosy color. Let me show it to you. It's actually quite similar to the Gauche Velvet Touch Lip Liner in Nougat Crisp, but this one is maybe just a little bit more rosy, a little bit less neutral, and because of that, this only works with a couple of my lipsticks that I might end up decluttering anyways. And one thing is that I don't like this packaging. I think this is kind of like really weird. I think I need to kind of like press it from the bottom here and then the product comes out, but yeah, I'm not going to do it now because I don't know if it goes back, probably not. It's not a color that I really need. If I'm going to go for like Dusty Rose lipstick, I already do have the Gauche Nougat Crisp that, you know, does the same thing than the Code Beauty lip liner. Then this one I'm kinda on the hence about. Let me swatch this. This color I would like to keep, but this is really old. This lip liner is from 2017, I know. Really old. I probably should declutter it, but I do like this color. And with some of my lipsticks, this is the only lip liner that goes with them. So I'm going to keep this one for now. But I might end up decluttering it at some point and then repurchase it if I notice that it doesn't really work anymore. I do notice that when I sharpen it, it doesn't necessarily behave as nicely as my newer lip liners, but then again, this has not really dried so much that it would be unusable, so for now I'm going to keep this. It's a color that I do feel I need to my collection. Okay, so let's next go through the lip glosses, and I also threw here my only tinted lip balm, since like lip glosses, usually this is also like a more natural, no makeup day sort of lip product. Well, lip glosses I might also wear to full glam looks, but typically when I think about lip gloss, I think about more natural makeup days. Again, I'm just going to pull here first the ones that I know I'm going to keep for sure. This one is the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in the shade Fuzzy. This is actually new to my collection. I bought this from Sephora when we were on vacation in October, and I have not even used this one yet, but I'm going to keep it for sure. I got to say, it's one of these kind of like more sheer, shimmery formulas, and I have maybe fallen out of love with a formula like this just a little bit, because this is maybe a little bit girly for what I like nowadays. I don't want to say that I should not have bought this, because I'm really curious about this formula, and I used to have a lip gloss like this that I loved. I used to wear it a lot during spring and summertime, but in general I do prefer more just like a glossy formula with no shimmer to it, or like a satin Finnish lipstick or something like that. But since it's new and a really hyped formula, I for sure want to try it, and I'm excited to do so. Then this lip gloss I'm going to keep for sure. This is one of my favorite lip glosses. This is from Give Glow Cosmetics. It's their Vivid Lip Paint in the shade Liquid Kitty, and this is like a cooler nude lip gloss. I really do love this. This is really pigmented. This is exactly the type of color that I would want to wear when I'm going for a cool nude, and I love that the finish is so glossy. The only downside to this that I would say is that this formula is kind of like slippery, and it totally requires a lip liner under it. Yeah, it needs that lip liner where it can stick, but it's really, really beautiful. I am going to keep this one. This is from a brand Floss, and it's my new favorite lip gloss in the shade LAX. I got this one also from my The Bip Box advent calendar, and it's this kind of like pinky nude. I wouldn't even say it's that nude. Maybe it's kind of like neutral leaning pink, but it's rather subtle. So yeah, it's really beautiful. This is something I could wear on its own or on top of a lip liner. Another one that I'm going to keep is this one. This is from NYX. It's their Butter Gloss in the shade Madeleine, and this for me is something that I could throw on with any makeup look and it would look so beautiful. It's this kind of like just brown neutral color. Doesn't lean pink, doesn't lean peachy or anything. It's just my perfect nude with any look, and it's something that works without a lip liner, but I can wear it with a lip liner also if I want to. So for sure going to keep this one. I also really do love the NYX Butter Gloss formula. It smells good, it feels nice. It has some pigment to it, but it's not as pigmented as the Give Me Glow one, for example. So if I want to wear it without a lip liner, I can get that more sheer effect, but then it totally has good color payoff to it still. So yeah, really do love it, so I'm going to keep this. Okay, so I think those are the lip glosses I know I'm going to keep for sure. So let's next go through the ones that I know I'm going to declutter for sure, and this is something like that. This is again one of the NYX Butter Glosses, but this is the shade Fortune Cookie, and it's just too pale for my liking. It's this really pale peachy nude, like it's almost lighter than my skin tone. I think a color like this washes me out completely. It looks horrible. And another issue that I do have lip glosses this pale is that it starts to easily gather to the inner ring or to the dry parts of my lips, and then it looks really unflattering. So yeah, this needs to go. I do not like this color. Oh, I'm so sorry, I just noticed I do have one lip gloss left, and it is this one. This is from The Balm. It's their Pretty Smart lip gloss, and it is in the shade Girl. This one I am going to keep. I will say though, I don't love this lip gloss as much as I used to. This is a repurchased one, and it used to be my favorite lip gloss like in 2015 and 2016 and 2017. But now it's maybe just a little bit too dark for what I want a lip gloss to be. But what kind of saves it is that it is a little bit more sheer. So as you can see, my skin color totally comes through this. So I feel because of that I can get away wearing this. But when talking about lip glosses, I do prefer a little bit more light color. However, I do still like this and I do want to keep this, but it's not really an absolute favorite. Okay, then this one I'm kinda on a hens about. This is my tinted lip balm. It's from Catrice. It's their Powerful 5 Lip Care, and it's in the shade Charming Rose. This is a really pale tinted lip balm. I don't know if I swatch it, if you can see anything. Maybe like a hint of some peachiness or something. I think you can see it better when I wear it on my lips though, since this is lighter than my lip color, so it's easier to see. I don't know, I don't really love this, but I don't really hate it either. I wouldn't buy more of this because when I think about a tinted lip balm, I think about something really hydrating and something that feels absolutely amazing on my lips, but this just doesn't feel like anything. I don't really think it does anything. It just gives like this tint for my lips, but it's not really that moisturizing or anything. I think it's something I possibly could go through. Well, I don't know if the camera picks it up, but I have worn it down quite a bit. I mean, now there just reads Catry, when previously there was Catrice. So I think it has gone down quite a bit, and I think this is something that would be really realistic to actually pan, because on days when I don't want to think about my makeup look, or if I just want to do a really quick no makeup look, just throw on a little bit of foundation and brows and stuff like that. This is exactly the type of lip product I could wear. I do want to try to finish it because I don't hate it. It's just not a favorite. But yeah, I'm going to keep it, and I'm probably going to put this one to a project pan next year. I actually bought this past summer and I have already worn it down quite a bit, so I think it's really realistic to finish next summer. Okay, so next is the largest category in my collection. So traditional lipsticks, it's mainly bullet lipsticks, but then there is one kind of like lip crayon, but it really performs like any bullet lipstick, so it's included here. So this is the largest category in my collection. I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 of these. I will just start pulling the ones that I know I'm going to keep for sure. I feel kind of overwhelmed, even though I know 15 lipsticks is not that much when you consider makeup collections that YouTubers have, but it's just kind of like difficult to know where to start. But I'm going to start pulling from the favorites. So, well, let's take my red lipsticks. I'm going to keep both of them. As I mentioned previously, I do have 2 red lipsticks and I absolutely love them. I'm going to keep them. This is the NYX matte lipstick in Perfect Red. So this one is this classic blue-based red. Has a little bit depth to it, so that it's just so beautiful. And this is the another red lipstick. It's also from NYX. It's their matte lipstick in the shade Alabama. So this one is like a brick red that has a little bit more warmth to it compared to the Perfect Red one, and maybe a little bit more depth. But even the Perfect Red one, it is deeper compared to a lot of red lipsticks. So yeah, I do love both of these. The Perfect Red one I could wear throughout the entire year. It's my favorite lipstick for special occasions. I wore it to my own wedding. Not the same one, it is repurchased. I got married over 8 years ago, but I do still love it just as much as back then. And then this Alabama one is more like a fall and winter time red for me. I think this is too heavy for springtime and early summer. When it gets closer to fall in summer, then it works, especially if I do have any tan. But yeah, I love both of these. I'm going to keep them. Okay, this one I am going to keep for sure. This is the Too Faced Natural Nude lipstick in the Birthday Suit. This is everything I have left. I'm so sad this is almost gone. But yeah, I'm going to keep this one and try to finish it still this year. This was something that I was saving for quite a while because I knew that it's discontinued and I didn't want to go through it, but it's the oldest lipstick in my collection. I bought it in 2018. It's the only lipstick I have left that I have purchased before my 2019 no buy year. So because of that it was time to get it used up, but I really do love it. It's this beautiful brown nude that has just the slightest bit of pink in it, but not too much, and that's why I love this so much. From Temptalia website I actually saw that the Charlotte Tilbury Hot Lips Tool lipstick in JK Magic is actually really close color tube to this one, and I do like the Charlotte Tilbury kissing formula that it's supposed to be, so I might actually purchase that one. At some point, it's just right now I don't necessarily want to purchase high-end lipsticks, but at some point I might purchase that, like for my next birthday, for example. But yeah, because I really do love this color so much, and this one I cannot repurchase, but I'm going to keep it and use it up this year. Speaking of Charlotte Tilbury, I do have two of her lipsticks and I'm going to keep both of them. Let's start with this one. This is the Kissing lipstick in the set Nude Kate, and this one is a really interesting nude. I think Charlotte Tilbury describes that this is something like pink nude, but in my opinion there is really nothing pink about it. If anything, there is like some yellow to it. Like, it reminds me a lot of like honey nude, but if you compare it to the Too Faced one, it's clear that the Too Faced one, even though it's not like the pinkest of pink nude, it has way more pink to it, when this one, nothing. So I'm going to keep this lipstick, although this one I will say is kinda like a challenging nude, because even though I do have kinda like neutral undertones to my skin, and I can pull off really warm makeup, no problem, on an everyday look where I just want to throw on a nude, I think this is still too yellow. I feel it requires a makeup look with it on my complexion that has a lot of gold or brown or those yellow tones in the look. Then another Charlotte Tilbury lipstick I'm going to keep. This is the shade Pillow Talk and it's from the Matte Revolution line. And this is probably my most favorite matte formula ever. This is such a nice formula. It just glides on and it feels so soft on the lips, but it still looks matte, which I love. So this is this dusty rose color. Again, I think Charlotte Tilbury shade descriptions are a little bit off. I think she describes it as kind of like pink nude or something like that, like nude is mentioned there. But at least on my complexion, this is not a nude anymore. It's too dark and too rosy to be a nude. And this is the original Pillow Talk, by the way. I know she has the medium one and the deep one also, but this is the original. But yeah, it's such a stunning formula and a beautiful color, so I'm going to keep it. Then a lipstick that I know I'm going to keep is this one. This is from Memi. It's their Luxe lipstick in the shade You Wish. And this one I got from my Pip box, so not the advent calendar but the subscription box. And it is a peachy nude. So yeah, I'm going to keep it. I'm actually today wearing it. You are not seeing my face, but yeah, this is a beautiful peachy nude over there. So yeah, I do like to wear this with a little bit darker lip liner, so with the iconic nude lip liner actually, it looks so gorgeous with that one. So yeah, I really do enjoy this. This is a beautiful satin formula and I do like a satin formula on nude lipstick. Okay, maybe I'm now going to pull some lipsticks that I know I'm not going to keep. And sadly, I do think I'm going to declutter this one. Not because I don't like the color, but because the color is too similar to the Pillow Talk lipstick. And this color is not something that I wear often enough to justify having two of these in my collection, because I know I won't go through even one of them in years. So this is from Melt. It's their matte lipstick in the set On The Go. I'm going to swatch it actually next to Pillow Talk so you can see how similar they are. The Melt one is the tiniest bit darker and maybe just a little bit less pink, but on lips they look exactly the same. Like if I wore one of these, I think you wouldn't be able to guess which one it is. They're so similar. So yeah, I don't wear this kind of color enough to have two of them in my collection. I know what will happen is, if I kept both of them, is that I would force myself to wear the Melt one, because it's my least favorite, and not allow myself to wear the Charlotte Tilbury one before the Melt one is finished. And that does not make any sense. Matte lipstick is something that it goes rather slowly compared to a creamy lipstick formula or satin. So I would never be able to go through this before the Charlotte Tilbury one is expired. It just wouldn't make any sense. So because of that, I'm going to let go of the Melt lipstick, even if I love the color, but they are too similar. Okay, so next I think I'm going to declutter both of my Inglot lipsticks. I do really love the packaging of these. These are kind of like fancy, luxurious feeling packaging, and these are not expensive lipsticks really. But unfortunately I don't like the formulas of these lipsticks. So, well, let's take this one first. This is the Inglot Kiss Catcher lipstick, and this one is in the shade Dusty Pink. I think the name describes the shade pretty well. It's quite close to the Melt lipstick over here and the Pillow Talk. This is maybe just a little bit more cool compared to those. But this is more like a glossy formula, and it's kind of like slippery. So I don't feel really comfortable wearing it. It works on top of a lip liner, but then oftentimes if I would want to wear this color, because it's a little bit more sheer when you first apply it, I would like to wear it without a lip liner to have that really natural lip, but I would be afraid that the color is just going to slide all over my face and I don't feel comfortable wearing it. Also, this color is a little bit too cool for me. Then the another Inglot lipstick that I have is like the complete opposite. If this one is like slippery and this kind of like glossy finish, this is like death matte. It almost looks like liquid lipstick. Okay, so here it is. I got to say the color is pretty. However, I don't like that it's so matte. I feel, you know, when talking about nude, this is kind of like a little bit darker nude. I do prefer it if my nude has just a little bit of something in it so that it's not completely matte. Then another thing is that this is so uncomfortable. So uncomfortable. I don't feel at all good wearing this because it's just so drying. But I love the color. Now that I'm just looking at it, I'm kind of like, oh, I probably should keep it because it's kind of unique to my collection. I know that the Gimme Glow Cosmetics lip paint in the Liquid Kitty, that is actually in color really similar, but that is like a glossy finish. Of course I could layer them, but I don't like to do that. If I layer a lip gloss on top of a lipstick, it feels like there's too many layers. You know what, now that I look at the color, I think I'm not ready to let go of it. Okay, so now I'm just going to go kind of like randomly pull from here whatever I feel like there's no any order anymore with this. But next is this one. This is actually new to my collection. It's from Essence and it's their Hydra Matte lipstick in the shade Honey Stilly. And I wanted to pull this next because this is also kind of like a nude. It's kind of like a dark nude on me, you could say, or a really, really light brown. So this one is really matte when you look at it, but what makes this one different from the Inglot one is that this actually feels really nice and almost like hydrating when I first put it on. I would actually compare that this feels quite similar to the Pillow Talk one. It just glides on. So I do really like this formula. And yeah, I do also like this color. I wanted to add kind of like a lighter brown lipstick in my collection. I wouldn't say this is like super warm, but something a little bit warmer that does not lean pink. And then I saw this color and Tokmanni was having Essence and Cat is 25% off, so I decided to buy it. I actually wore this yesterday for the first time and I do really like it. So yes, I'm going to keep it, and I was surprised how much I like this formula. Okay, this is another lipstick I bought on the same day than the Essence one. This is the Cat Shine Bomb lipstick in the shade Divine Femininity. And this one, maybe I should not have bought it because it's like exactly the same color than the Pillow Talk one and you know those other Dusty Roses that I have in my collection. However, what makes this different is the formula. So Pillow Talk is a matte lipstick. This one clearly is glossy, so it's different enough so that I can forgive myself of making this kind of like impulse buy. I mean, I had decided that I want to buy a couple of lipsticks from Essence and Catrice that are neutral but a little bit darker, and when I swatched this in the store, I didn't think that it would be so close to Pillow Talk that it is, but since the formula is so different, I think it's okay. Okay, so I do have one more Essence lipstick. This is the Essence Cool Collagen Plumping Lipstick. This one is in the shade My Mind, and this is kind of like a neutral leaning pink. And this formula is really sheer. This is actually something that when I think about a tinted lip balm, this is what I would like it to be. So it has some color payoff to it, but it's still more on the sheer side. It's really hydrating, feels amazing on the lips and gives that little tint, so I do really enjoy this formula. This I think I'm going to keep. I will say both of my Urban Decay Wise lipsticks I have once before decluttered from my collection and I took them back. But this one I actually think I will keep. So this is the Back Talk one. Both of these that I have are the Comfort Matte formula, but in my opinion this Comfort Matte formula is not really matte. When I wear these lipsticks on my lips, they clearly do reflect light, and I would say they are more like satin finish. So yeah, this Back Talk one is kind of like this more cool dusty rose, and typically I don't like anything that is too cool, but this one I feel with some kind of makeup looks it looks really nice. It's not by any means my favorite color in my entire collection. I feel it's kind of like a challenging color for me, but sometimes I might feel like wearing it, especially in winter and spring, so I feel I'm not ready to let go of it yet, so I'm going to keep it. However, another one of my Urban Decay Wise lipsticks I'm going to declutter. This is the 1993 one. So I would really want to wear this since I am a 90s child. I'm not born in 93, but in 92 I am. So early 90s. But this color is just, it does not work for me. It's this cool brown color. First of all, I think cool brown looks like trash on me. It makes me look like I'm not doing well. And another thing that I don't like in this color particularly is the formula. Even though it says Comfort Matte, as I said, I don't think it's matte. It reflects light, and something like this I would totally want in matte formula. And anyways, it's darker what I thought it would be. I did look online some lip swatches before I bought this, and I feel on everyone else it looks way lighter than on me. I don't know if it is because of studio lighting or what, but on me it's just really dark and I don't think it looks flattering on me. One more lipstick. This is the NYX Simply Vamp lipstick in the shade, or lip cream in the shade Covet. Even though it says lip cream, it's just like a traditional lipstick. Well, it feels like a matte lipstick, but it has metallic finish to it. This is my only vampy lipstick and I'm going to keep this, although I will say something like this nowadays is way out of my comfort zone. I used to love wearing vampy lipsticks. I could wear it even on everyday basis throughout the entire year. Not anymore. I feel I really need to be on a mood for that to pull it off. But this is such a beautiful and unique color. This is a repurchased one. I do have quite a bit of repurchased lipsticks that I had back in the days when I got into makeup, like in 2015, 16 or 17, and then I either finished the lip product or it expired and I have now repurchased. This is one of them. I used to love this lipstick in 2016 and 2017 especially, so yeah, it's beautiful, it's unique. I don't wear it often, but I'm not ready to let go of it. Okay, so last are my liquid lipsticks. Now I will say, usually even when speaking of matte formula, I do prefer a bullet lipstick because there are some really comfortable and amazing matte bullet lipstick formulas like the Charlotte Tilbury Matte Revolution one and the Essence Hydra Matte also. But I still have a couple of liquid lipsticks in my collection and some colors I do like in a formula that is really matte. So yeah, I do have a couple of these. So what I know I will keep for sure is this one. This is the Balm Mid Matte Hues liquid lipstick in the shade Charming. I really do love this color. This is something that I tend to wear to special occasion looks. Sometimes if I want to go for that mauvey or rosy color that is a little bit darker, because even though red lipstick is my favorite, red lipstick does not go with every single look. For example, to my daughter's name-giving ceremony last spring, I wore this floral skirt and the red lipstick would not have gone with that skirt. So this was actually the lipstick that I wore, and yeah, I really do love it. Back in the days I used to film videos in Finnish, and I filmed the Ride or Die makeup tag in 2016 and I mentioned this one to be my favorite, so this is a repurchased one again. It's just a stunning color. And then another lipstick I know I'm going to keep for sure is this one. This is the KVD Everlasting Liquid Lipstick in the set Lolita 2, and this is like this warm orangey neutral color. I really do enjoy this. This is such a beautiful lipstick, especially for summer and fall, so I'm going to keep this for sure. Okay, then with the rest of the lipsticks, I'm not that sure. Well, this one I think I'm going to declutter, sadly. This is again a repurchased one. I used to have it and love it. Then I repurchased it just to realize that it's not necessarily my style anymore. This is again the Balm Matte Hues liquid lipstick. This one is just in the shade Honest, and it is this orangey coral. This is just too bright for me. I actually have been wearing this quite a bit this past summer, and also I took this with me to our vacation in October, and it just feels too bright. It's too much out there. If I'm going to go for something orangey, I would way rather wear the KVD Lolita 2 one than this. Or then I would just go for like a peach in nude. But this is too much. It's not my style anymore. Okay, then the next two I am kind of like on a hens about. The Ofra Long Lasting Liquid Lipstick in Las Olas. I don't really wear brown lipstick that much anymore. But since I decided to declutter the Urban Decay 1993, this is the only brown lipstick that I have. And I actually do like this color. I also do like this formula. So I think I do still want to have the option of wearing a brown lipstick, and this is kind of like a nice brown. It is warmer, but you know, it's still not too warm. So I think this would go with a more neutral look, but it would also go with a really warm look. So I'm going to still keep it, even if it's not something that I wear too often. Okay, this one I'm kind of on a hens about. I do like this, but this is again kind of like the same color than the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk, but because this is a liquid lipstick formula and dries down to be completely matte, maybe I'm going to still keep this. This is actually something I might put into a project pan next year. I'm at least considering it because it's not something I need in my collection, and I think a liquid lipstick is possible to go through in a year. So maybe I will pan it next year, but for now I'm going to keep it because I really do like this color. Okay, so here are all of my lip products that I decided to keep. So here are my lipsticks and the tinted lip balm on top of the container, and on the drawer I do still have my lip liners and lip glosses. I'm really happy with my collection right now. A couple of the lip products I will consider panning next year. So over here are still the lip products I decided to declutter. So 4 lip liners, 1 lip gloss, 1 liquid lipstick, and 3 bullet lipsticks. So I'm really happy with this declutter. It's not like I cut my collection down to half. It wasn't even my goal. But the ones that I'm letting go of, I absolutely know I do not want to keep them in my collection. I would not really wear them. Or then I do have like something that is too similar in my collection already, so I don't need it because of that. So yeah, I'm really happy with this. So yeah, that was everything for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you did like it, please put thumbs up. Let me know if you have done any decluttering recently. Are you like me that you like to declutter your collection in the end of the year? I like to do it because when the new year starts, I want to be sure that I'm not bringing anything that I don't like or that is expired to the new year. But anyways, now I'm starting to ramble. Thank you so much for watching this video, and see you in my next one. Bye bye.